A very pleasant surprise that happened while summoning for the brand new AGL Transforming Dokkan Fest Goku was I managed to pull my last copy of Android 16. Now, Android 16 is a very good defensive unit. Now that I have him rainbowed, I'm going to be very eager to test him out on something like Super Battle Road and other events to see how well he'll work. Now, I talked about my idea of giving him 15 dodge. A lot of people told me not to do it. I thought about it some more, and I did actually go ahead and do it. The reason for this is that this Android 16, the purpose of his unit is defense. He is meant to defend, not deal damage. This is the same reason why I gave Janemba, SCR Janemba 15 dodge. This is the same reason why I gave AGL Khalifa 15 dodge. If the unit's primary focus is defense, I want to maximize their defensive abilities. Because I'm not bringing 16 to do damage. I'm going to have, Extreme Z-Awaken Cell on the team. I'm going to have LR Bojack on the team. Angel Golden Frieza. They're there to do damage. 16 is there for one purpose, and that is to block, to defend, to dodge now with his 15 dodge. So I do not regret this decision at all. Let's go ahead and send this bad boy into an event and see how good he is now that he's rainbowed. Alright guys, so we have Android 16 now rainbowed. So of course there is only one place to show him off, and that is on the Ultra Instinct Goku boss fight. The strongest int type unit, well, I was going to say in the game, but I suppose technically, the int type enemies in like Super Battle Road would be stronger, right? But like in terms of like normal content, like, Dokkan events and things like of that nature, this Ultra Instinct Goku fight is assuredly the hardest, and I do believe Ultra Instinct Goku, he does hit harder than even some of the more recent Dokkan Fests, like Physical Android 17, even like Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Physical Future Gohan. None of those events really have a hitter as hard as UI Goku in it, so this is a very good event. Now, this is exactly the setup I wanted. I did want to have Android 16 along with my copy of Android 17 because I've got him rainbowed. So we'll go ahead and put them right there. Now, on the other rotation, I did want LR Cell and TEQ Cell. So, funny enough that I could have left LR Cell on this rotation since TEQ Cell is going to be coming back around. But I'll just go ahead and swap TEQ Cell into the other rotation when he does actually come back around. So, I don't think, even if 16... yes, and he dodges. I did give 15 dodge to Android 16. I'll go confirm it in a second. For me, Android 16 is here for one reason, and that is for defense. So, I want to maximize his defense. I know a lot of people don't like that. Like, it's like, oh, he's going to tank everything regardless. But it's like, if I'm thinking about something like Super Battle Road or Extreme Z Awakening, where 16's defense is uber important, he'll do barely any damage, right? A crit is not a big deal for him to have, but if he has an extra chance to dodge, that is a big deal. That is worth it. That's why I gave 16 the 15 dodge. I think it's way more important than giving him crits or additionals or anything like that. The only version of Goku that I think could damage 16, especially on the Android category team, with 17 being around, giving that big defensive buff from his passive, as well as the second part of Android 16's passive, which gives him an additional 30% defense per Android category on the team. Like, 16, his defense is just going to be way too high. So we'll have 18 sit right there. We'll have 21 go ahead and super. And then I'll just float Android 17 off. It's not really a big deal right now. Hopefully we can see a transformation by Android 21 during the course of this fight. Like, wow, only 18k in a super attack. 1 million attacks right there. Do not sleep on this tech Android 18. She is very good. She's a very powerful unit, and definitely a unit who is worthy, I think, of being rainbowed. Absolutely. Okay. Android 21 looking pretty good there. And then here is our boy Android 17. Probably won't finish him off if he doesn't get a crit, though. Yeah, that's the friend Android 17. I don't even believe he has the rainbow going on. So let's see if Goku will go ahead and super attack on 16. That's really what we want to see here. The point of this video is how well is... well, I guess 16... He's almost at 1 million attack stat, by the way. Holy shit. But I guess 16 is just going to be dodging everything. So... yo. Not bad, my boy. Okay. So, now we come to a situation where it really is in my best interest to go ahead and I think use a Baba item. Yeah, I don't... Because LR Cell is a physical type unit, I'm not fully confident that he could finish off this Goku before Goku could attack. 1.6 million, pretty good. He does have, I was thinking, what links? Oh, he got the crit, so actually I did not need to use the Baba right there. Okay, very good, very good, very good. If he wasn't a physical type unit, I would have had full confidence that him and 21 could have taken that, Goku down right there. All right, so now we move on to Ultra Instinct Goku. This is where 16 actually can start to get a test, but of course, this version of UI Goku does not hit nearly as hard as the ones that are coming up later. So let's put 16 right. Yeah, we'll put 16 right there. One thing about 16 is that he does greatly raise his defense for one turn after he supers. So that's not even his max defense. 138,000 right there, by the way. Holy shit. Well, double Android 17 on rotation, really building up 16's defense. By the way, oh, and he got one of his parts of his passive active, which is where he has a high chance to guard all attacks. The Android category team is just very, very powerful. There's a lot of multifaceted units on this team, overflowing with ki constantly, strong defenders, units that lower attack and defense, units that heal, LR Cell is an AoE unit, Tech Cell is a nuker, like SDR Cell can be an AoE unit. The Android category just has so much. Like, it's just very impressive. And I still feel as though there's a lot more the Android category could get to. Like, they really could do like some sort of LR of Android 17 from the Tournament of Power. Like that, I feel like that is something that could happen, and he certainly would be a big buff to this category. 2.5 million from LR Cell right there. Pretty damn good. Oh yeah, Goku, by the way, goodbye! Yo, I love when Cell, like, starts screaming right there. Yo, it does remind me so much of, like, at EVO, Dragon Ball FighterZ, when Cell would do his intro, like, the whole audience would, like, scream in sync with that. That shit was so cool. Okay, so this is going to be a good turn to show how good 16 can defend, as well as Android 18. Now, Android 18 is a tech type unit. So, of course, UI Goku does have type advantage. I was able to get enough orbs, though. Yeah, UI Goku cannot damage 16. Here, he will greatly raise his defense. I hope Goku Super 16, because there's a dodge. Super. Damn it. Okay. Because 16 didn't have the guard all attacks part of his passive active. So we would have had a true test of how well he could defend against UI Goku. Now that I have 16 rainbowed, I'm probably going to go ahead and take him into Super Battle Road as well. I do feel like that would be a very good test to see where he's coming along. Okay, we're going to take a lot of damage here because UI Goku is supering first. Does he lower her defense? No, he doesn't. Okay, we're fine. Then these next attacks won't be able to do anything. Yeah, it's only if that... By the way, Android 18 only took 5K from UI Goku. I don't really think I need to explain to y'all why that's so impressive. So, if 18 is taking that much damage, then that means, to me, that 16 would have taken nothing. 16, if he got super attacked by UI Goku, might have taken double-digit damage. Because he's a better defensive unit than that 18. As long as 18 gets... Ah! Fuck you, Goku. long as 18 gets a lot of orbs, she will be able to have some good defense. But 16, like, 16, he's just on a whole nother level. If we can get a crit, this is done. No. Actually, we could actually see a chance. Yeah, because the friend in 17 can't crit, I don't think. So we could get one more turn to see if UI Goku wants to go ahead and super attack. Nah, he's done. Okay. To see if Goku wanted to super attack 16. But there we go. There's the Android category team. Like, we finished the hardest Dokkan event in the game with... Well, technically we don't have full health, but it's very close. The only item we used was the Baba, which I did not even need to use. That was just in case LR Cell did not crit, because, of course, the Spirit Bomb Goku can one-shot you. Even Android 16, his defense is impressive, but the Spirit Bomb by Goku would one-shot 16, because that is like a ridiculously powerful attack that does millions of damage. So it's only damage reduction that would be able to defend you against UI Goku's Spirit Bomb. Otherwise, that would be a pretty good test as well. But 16 doesn't have any damage reduction except for his high chance to guard all attacks, which works a little differently than just straight up damage reduction. But this is a new body and preparedness Android 16. Leader skill is Super Tech Type Key 2, HP attack and defense 90%, so he's very good for Dokkan Battlefield. His super attack is Hell Flash, which greatly raises defense for one turn and does supreme damage. Passive skill, Immobility of the Spirit. He has an attack and defensive buff of 80% at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 30% defense per Android category ally on the team up to 90%. No matter what team you're on, Android 16 himself does count as an Android category unit. So you're always going to have this part of his passive activate once. So 16 always will have 80% defense and 80% attack and 110% defense. And then you could get another 60% if you have multiple Android category units on whatever team you're running. And then he also has a high chance to guard all attacks. Guard all attacks, of course, means you have a Janemba-like passive where the arrow is pointing down, right? You basically have type advantage against all opponents, which is very helpful in terms of tanking any types of damage. His links are Gentleman, Android Assault, Tough as Nails, Mechanical Menaces, Revival, Rival Duo, and Fierce Battle. Good enough links for the teams he's on, because of course he does have Revival, which is very helpful. 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is fine, I guess, for this primarily defensive unit. And he is on 2 categories. He makes it on the Revived Warrior category team because this is the Android 16 from Dragon Ball FighterZ, where, of course, he is sort of revived. And then, of course, he is also on the Android category team, which I think is one of the best teams in the game, which we showed here. Just an absolute slaughter. LR Cell is amazing. This 16 is very good. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.